Hi guys, this is Jason again, and so let's start talking about lenses. So when I initially started buying the Sony a6000s from my switch over from Canon, I bought the two Sony a6000s and then I bought these two lenses. And the reason why is because this lens, the 18-105 f4, is pretty much the Swiss Army knife of lenses. And it's a pretty reasonably fast focusing lens, except for in the 105 range. The telephoto range is a little slow, but it's a very versatile lens. If you're a videographer, I would recommend getting this lens with the Sony a6000 if you're going to use it for video. It's also a good walk around lens if you're doing wedding photography. I have a feeling that most of the time I would have that on my camera. If you are into portraiture, the 50mm f1.8 OSS lens is great, made by Sony. I made this little boot that goes around it to protect it because it does get scratched up pretty quick. It's kind of fast at focusing. It's actually not really. It's fairly slow at focusing. It's kind of about as slow as the 105 range is, so it kind of matches that. Then I got myself a wider lens. It's the 12mm f2 Rokinon lens, and this lens is nice and sharp, wide open, and I use this for the outdoor shots of the event that I'm shooting, like if they're in a castle or if they rented a specific building. I take pictures of the building with this usually. Or it's also good for night photography and landscape photography. So if you're a landscape photographer, this lens is for you, definitely. Pretty much no distortion and really sharp. Then there's the 35mm f1.8 OSS, and I made a little booty for that too, so it wouldn't get all scratched up as well. This lens focuses super fast, and it's pretty much my favorite lens. I keep it on the camera most of the time when I'm taking pictures of my kid. This lens would be great for a first-time buyer of the Sony a6000. If you just bought the Sony a6000 as a body, you buy this lens and you'd be really happy. And the last lens is mainly for sports photographer, or if you want that zoom range, the telephoto range, would be the Sony f4 70-200G lens. And I love this lens. It's fun to shoot with. You can stop your focus with these buttons, so you can hold focus. It works great for sports photography. I usually mainly use it in my wedding photography for during the ceremony and reception to get the close-up of the ring, putting on the hand, and so forth. It's a good lens for getting the emotions across the room, I feel. So, I mean, really, in all realistic sense, these two lenses basically have all the focal ranges you need out of the Sony a6000. It is f4, so depth of field is going to be a little hard to come by. But you can get depth of field if you start shooting these lenses around 200mm. You can also get that compression as well. And then last, and hopefully least, is I use these extension tubes to get macro shots of the rings, and I use that with the 50mm, and it gives me a 1:1 macro range. So I get 6 lenses out of this, and then I also yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it for the lenses, actually. So if you are just getting into the whole thing, get the 35. If you're a landscape photographer, get the Rokinon 12mm. It's super sharp. Portrait photographer, want to take pictures of people, The 50 is a great lens. It's also a great lens to get the more dreamy look, the blurred bokeh type of look. You're a videographer, or you just want an all-around walk-around lens, the 18-105. Sports photographer, the 70-200. It'll turn it into a 300-100 on the Sony a6000, which is pretty killer. And the focusing is super fast. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you liked the information I gave you guys, and I hope you have a good one. Talk to you later.